These are 10 R&B classics from 1970 that shaped the Put the Jackson 5 were topping charts and topping childhood memories. While Al Green was quietly preparing to change the shape of love songs forever.
Why do people break up?
Soundtrack of living, loving, hurting, and healing, then and now. But before we dive in, let us know in the comments what your favorite track was that year. Number 10, O.O.H. Child by the 5 Stairsteps.
Ooh, child, things will get brighter.
There's a reason this one still feels like a gentle hand on your shoulder. Released on Buddha Records in 1970, the 5 Stairsteps recorded this during a moment of personal and cultural transition. The civil rights era was evolving, families were redefining themselves, and Black America was searching for hope amid hardship. The OJs had grit, the Temptations had fire, but this one had reassurance. The story behind it? The group recorded it in Chicago, at Curtis Mayfield's own studio, surrounded by musicians who believed music could uplift as much as protest.
Ooh, child, things are gonna get easier.
When that chorus floats in, things are gonna get easier, you can almost see summer stoops, kids jump roping on the sidewalk, warm street lights flickering on at dusk. It didn't hit number 1, but it hit the heart. And that's why it keeps returning in movies, reunions, healing playlists, and everyday moments where we just need to believe again.
Ooh, child, things are gonna be easy.
If that was gentle encouragement, the next track brings the blues back home in the deepest, most elegant way. Number 9, The Thrill Is Gone by B.B. King.
Although I still live on.
When B.B. King released The Thrill Is Gone in 1970 on the ABC Records label, he was already a respected blues master. But this was the track that carried him beyond smoky clubs and juke joints into the full glow of mainstream recognition.
The thrill is gone away.
Recorded in Los Angeles with a lush string arrangement, it was a bold shift from the raw Delta sound he was known for. Some critics at the time questioned whether blues could coexist with orchestration, but B.B. proved that pain has many textures, and elegance can ache just as deeply as grit. You can feel the weight of years in every bend of Lucille's strings. This isn't heartbreak in the moment. This is heartbreak after you've had time to sit with it. Picture a slow-burning neon sign outside a midnight lounge, a glass left half full, and a silence that says more than words ever could.
All I can do is wish you well.
The song climbed to the top of the R&B charts, crossed into the pop listings, earned a Grammy, and cemented B.B. King as the global ambassador of blues soul. And even now, when that guitar cries, it feels like it's speaking directly to a wound we don't always admit is there.
I want you guys to do something else for me.
If that was pain dressed in sophistication, the next track is pure uplift, a mountain-moving promise of possibility. Number 8, Ain't No Mountain High Enough by Diana Ross.
Just call my name, I'll be there in a hurry.
When Diana Ross stepped out from the Supremes to define her solo identity in 1970, Motown held its breath. The world knew her voice, crystal clear, poised, full of elegance. But now she needed a moment that said, "This is Diana Ross, the woman, the force." Ain't No Mountain High Enough became that declaration. Originally written by Ashford and Simpson and sung by Marvin Gaye and Tammy Terrell just a few years before, this 1970 rendition wasn't simply a remake. It was a reimagination. Sweeping strings, spoken word confidence, gospel energy in the chorus. Diana didn't sing this song, she commanded it. And Berry Gordy wasn't sure at first. He thought it was too dramatic, too unusual. But radio proved him wrong. Soaring to #1 on both the pop and R&B charts, you can feel the era in it. The rise of black women stepping boldly into visibility. The glamour of Motown at its peak. The world changing its shape around the music. Its triumph, its freedom. It's the sound of saying, I choose my path, and nothing and no one is going to stop me now.
Remember what I told you the day I set you free.
If that song was empowerment in full bloom, the next track slows the room down into something more reflective. A moment of wishing we could turn time back just a little. Number 7, Turn Back the Hands of Time by Tyrone Davis.
Be with Mr. Tyrone Davis!
Tyrone Davis had a way of singing heartbreak that felt like conversation. Like you were sitting across from him in a kitchen at midnight, 2 cups of coffee cooling between you. Released in 1970 on Decca Records, Turn Back the Hands of Time was born out of that simple universal ache. If only I could undo what I did. If only I could go back. This wasn't studio perfection for perfection's sake. It was recorded quickly, almost urgently, because Davis had just come off the success of Can I Change My Mind, and the label wanted another hit.
But if I had just one more try, I would be up.
But what no one expected was how intimate the performance would feel. Tyrone doesn't beg, he reflects. He sings like a man who already knows the damage is done. Close your eyes and you're there. A slow jam playing in a dim living room, curtains drawn. The hum of a box fan against the summer heat. Someone sitting with their mistakes, turning them over like pages of an old letter.
Please, please let me come back home.
The song soared to #1 on the R&B charts and crossed into the top 5 on the Billboard Hot 100. And since then, it's shown up everywhere. Love Has Gone Wrong, breakup playlists, late night radio dedications, folks reminiscing about the one who got away.
Turn back the hands of time. What, baby?
If that one was about reflection, the next track brings pure warmth. The kind of steady, unconditional promise that families, friends, and whole generations held on to. Number 6, I'll Be There by the Jackson 5. By 1970, the Jackson 5 weren't just rising stars, they were a phenomenon. On Motown, under the watchful ear of Berry Gordy, these 5 brothers from Gary, Indiana brought a youthful glow to soul music. I'll Be There was their 4th consecutive #1 hit, something almost unheard of at the time, and it marked a shift.
Whatever you need, I'll be there.
The buoyant joy of ABC and I Want You Back gave way to something more tender, more timeless. This wasn't just a pop group singing a love song. It was young Michael, not even a teenager, delivering emotion with a purity and maturity that felt impossibly real. His voice doesn't break or strain. It glows. Jermaine's gentle harmony answers like a promise. Love doesn't have to be grand. It just has to be steady.
'Cause if he doesn't,
Picture this song playing in 1970, a record spinning in a living room, a mama slow dancing with her child, a couple on their porch swing at sunset. Love, simple and unconditional. Decades later, weddings still play it. Families still play it. And those first notes still make the heart soften. Just a little. If that was devotion, The next songs dive even deeper into love, longing, and the poetry of soul. If these classics are stirring up memories, or even creating new ones, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up.
Don't you know, baby, I'll be there.
It helps keep these timeless songs alive for the next generation discovering soul for the very first time. And stay with me. The top 5 is where the real heart of 1970 shines. Number 5, Love on a Two-Way Street by The Moments.
And lost it on a lonely.
There's a quiet sadness to this one, the kind that doesn't need to raise its voice to be unforgettable. Released in 1970 on the Stang label, Love on a Two-Way Street is one of those songs that floats into your life and stays.
And lost it on a lonely.
The Moments were part of the Sylvia and Joe Robinson musical family in New Jersey, a tight-knit creative scene where emotion came first and polish came second. The story behind the song is almost as emotional as the record itself. The music had originally been written for a teenage girl group, the Shirelles, years earlier, but they never released it. So when The Moments recorded it with simple strings, light harmony, and a heartbroken lead vocal, something clicked. It was like love finally found the voice it needed. You can feel it. A street light flickering outside, rain tapping against the window, someone realizing the person they love doesn't love them back anymore, or maybe never did. The song hit number 1 on the R&B charts and crossed into the pop world, but its real legacy is how many late-night hearts it has comforted since. It's been sampled, covered, referenced, yet nothing ever quite equals the original's quiet ache. If that was heartbreak whispered, the next track is confidence spoken strong, soul deep, and regal. Number 4, Call Me by Aretha Franklin. By 1970, Aretha Franklin wasn't just a singer. She was the standard, the queen of soul, the voice that made radios tremble. But Call Me, released on Atlantic Records, showed a different shade of her power, intimate, elegant, and deeply human. Inspired by a conversation she overheard between a couple on a New York street corner. I love you, call me. Aretha took a simple phrase and turned it into a moment suspended in time. There's no drama in this song, no heartbreak, no soaring declarations, just warmth. The kind you feel when someone knows you truly. The piano rolls gently, the horns sigh, and Aretha's voice wraps around the melody like sunlight filtering through curtains on a slow Sunday morning. This was a woman singing from experience, not fantasy. The tenderness is earned, lived in, and that's why it resonated so deeply, climbing the R&B charts and resting in the hearts of lovers everywhere. Think of street corners, quiet promises, handwritten notes tucked into pockets. Think of the pause right before a kiss. If that was love spoken softly, the next track is love remembered like a rainy dream. Warm, slow, and wistful. Number 3, Rainy Night in Georgia by Brook, Benton.
Such a rainy night in Georgia.
Some songs don't just play, they settle into you. Rainy Night in Georgia, released in 1970 and written by Tony Joe White, found its perfect storyteller in Brook Benton. By the time he recorded this, Benton was past the early pop success of the late 50s and early 60s.
As I hear your voice calling, it's all right.
He was searching for a new sound, something deeper, quieter, more reflective. and he found it here. The arrangement is gentle, almost whispered, soft guitars, distant strings, and Benton's voice, weary, mellow, carrying the weight of 1,000 late nights.
A boxcar, so I take my guitar.
This wasn't a song for the dance floor nor the radio rush. This was the sound of a man alone with his thoughts as the rain taps on a tin roof, a Greyhound bus station, a lone street lamp, a suitcase by your side, loneliness, but not despair, just that ache you learned to hold.
Seems like it's raining all over the world.
It didn't storm the pop charts at first. It wasn't loud or flashy, but it became a classic because it understood something true. Sometimes we're not looking for answers, just a song that sits with us in the quiet. And generations felt that. It's still requested on late night radio, still covered by artists chasing that same calm ache, still the soundtrack to long drives and longer thoughts.
I said no, rain, 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 rain.
If that was when she was introspective longing, the next track is pure joy, a celebration of love so bright it practically dances. Number 2, Signed, Sealed, Delivered, I'm Yours by Stevie Wonder.
Here I am, signed, sealed, delivered, I'm yours.
Here's where 1970 turns from reflection into pure celebration. Stevie Wonder released Signed, Sealed, Delivered on Tamlatosh Motown at just 20 years old. And not only did he perform it, he co-wrote and produced it. This was the moment Stevie stepped forward as his own creative force, no longer just the young prodigy everyone admired, but the visionary artist who would soon reshape soul, funk, and popular music entirely. The song bursts open with bright horns, hand claps, and that undeniable groove.
I'm sealed, delivered, I'm yours. I'm yours.
Stevie's voice dances, playful, proud, joyful, like someone who's finally figured out how to say what they feel and say it loud. And the story behind it? Stevie wrote this while rekindling a relationship after messing up, admitting his faults, but doing it with a smile. That's the magic. Redemption. But make it funky.
Oh, you got my future in your hair, baby.
Picture the energy of 1970. Street festivals, Soul Train on television, platforms tapping on dance floors, Black joy shining bold and unstoppable. The single soared to number 1 on the R&B charts and crossed into the top 5 pop. But more importantly, it never left. It appears in weddings, parties, movies, commercials. Anytime the moment calls for love, shout it from the rooftops. If that was joy beaming like the sun, then our number 1 track brings the warmth of love that lingers, deep, timeless, and unmistakably soulful. And trust me, nothing prepares the heart for what's waiting at the top. Number 1, Let's Stay Together by Al Green. If soul music has a heartbeat, this might be it. Released at the very end of 1971 and rising into full radio bloom through 1972, Let's Stay Together was already being written, rehearsed, and shaped in 1970.
You make me feel so right.
When Al Green and producer Willie Mitchell were building a new sound at High Records in Memphis. It was smoother than Stax, softer than Motown, and yet more intimate than both. This was soul whispering in your ear. The recording session itself was quiet, unhurried. Mitchell told Al, "Sing it lighter, like you're talking to her."
Never be untrue.
And Al did just that. A velvet tone, a gentle falsetto glide. No force, no strain, just love, warm and steady. You can feel it everywhere. in weddings, in reunions, in second chances, in holding someone just a little closer at the end of the night.
But do that to me.
It topped both the R&B and pop charts, a rare unity that mirrored its message. And 50-plus years later, it's still the gold standard for love songs that mean what they say. This isn't just music, it's a promise. From Motown shimmer to Memphis warmth, these songs weren't just hits, they were companions. They carried us through joy, heartbreak, healing, and growing. And they continue to play on in cars, kitchens, reunions, and quiet Sunday mornings. Thank you for taking this soul stroll with me. If these songs touched a memory or stirred your heart, subscribe to keep the groove alive. And never miss our next journey. Up next, 10 R&B songs from 1969 we'll never forget. Click it, and let's keep the rhythm rolling.